Hey there, this is just a really quick instructional video on how to use ERP Analytics to make sure people are still able to access JDEdwards and be productive from home. From the first screen here, you can just quickly get a bird's eye view of exactly what's going on in your JDEdwards instance over the default time period, which we see here is the 15th of February to the 15th of March. So we're looking at the last month of activity. We can choose what environment we want to see people are accessing. That's really simple. And then we can look at particular programs if we want to. So that's some basic filterings available from the top. But here, if I want to look at this pie chart, and if I only wanted to look at shop floor control, because this is showing me my system codes, I can click on that particular system code, which is responsible for 11.9% of the interactive activity in JDEdwards. And then we can see that a filtering applies across all my programs. So there are 23 unique applications in that particular system code that are being used by 1,300 distinct users over the last month. And we can see predominantly where that usage is from. So really easy slice and dice capability from the start. If we go down to look at our user activity, which might be important at this period of time, what we've got is a really simple dashboard which shows us users activity from the 15th of Feb to the 15th of March, and then compares that with the previous period. So we can see as we work down our list of users that their usage is down a certain percentage or up a certain percentage. Now, if we were concerned about a particular user, what we can do is we can select on their name, and then the filtering will apply across all of this data to see what applications they're using, and then to determine if the individual application is up on or down for that particular user. So we're able to do some pretty good slice and dice here to see exactly what they're doing, whether their activities are up or down, and then we know whether there's any training required or coaching or technical difficulties with them accessing the JDEdwards application. We can take that information to a complete other level also by looking at the actual form and version information that the users are accessing. And once again, all the slice and dice that we talked about previously is available. And we also get a snapshot summary of the modules that that particular user is using in JDEdwards. And that can be handy for finding someone else to give that user training, because we can see what modules are important to them. Finally, for the technical staff, you're able to determine that your users are getting a consistent experience if they're working from home. So we get to see all the modules that have been used in the last month. We get to see the countries and the average speed for those particular users. We can apply filtering also. We can look at this from a city, state level also, just to make sure that the access is appropriate. So lots of ways that you can be proactive and ensure that your user experience is appropriate if your users are starting to work from home.